I went to a meeting with a lot of people at EVAC. It's their free the anarchists free school, and they had a discussion, and it was quite interesting. And when we were having the discussion, I wanted to talk to them about some of the practical things to do, and I mentioned how I approached the different stores. There was the topic of Monsanto, how it came up, and that Monsanto was this giant, all present, identity in our society, and it's going to, really harm our bodies, blah blah blah, but we can't do anything about them because they're so powerful. But I said that my projection is that in 15 years, Monsanto is going to be a shadow of what it is today. And I laid out a bit of a formula of what I see is it's going to be an economy-based turnaround, that more farmers will sue Monsanto, and then different constituencies like Europe won't allow Monsanto in. There's a state in the United States that's banned Monsanto, and I think as people start getting together and suing Monsanto and doing different things, that they'll turn things around, and we won't have the omnipresence that Monsanto presents to us.
And the monopoly.
Monopoly, yeah, and it's government regulated, where it's just we don't have a say. We can't. Yeah, there's money involved, and we don't have a say. But the thing is that we can't get it legislated because our government, supposedly for us, the government of the people, is not helping us, because they won't allow us to see whether there's GMOs in our food. Where's the democracy in that? But my project in the summer was, the corn came out, and I went to the store, and I went and asked the produce manager, kind of half knowing what what he was going to say, but I asked him, "Is this corn GMO?" And he said, "I don't know." And I said, "You know what GMO is?" "I think so." I said, "Well, it's genetically modified. I don't know what's in that corn. What DNA has been added to the corn that it doesn't belong to corn, and I don't want to eat it. So I don't want to know whether what you are selling is GMO." And so I asked, "Can I talk to the manager?" I knew the manager had nothing to do with it, but it took me one level higher in the store, and I asked the manager, and of course he didn't know, but it made him aware that I don't want to eat GMOs. And so I got the phone number for the headquarters, their head office. I phoned the head office, and I asked them, "Is this corn that you're selling, the sweet corn, is that GMO corn?" And they couldn't tell me, but it pushed it up the ladder that everybody knew that I don't want to eat GMO corns. Well, that started at No Frills, and then I went to Food Basics, I went to Loblaws, I went to Sobeys, I went to everybody, and not just one store, I went to multiple stores, so that somebody is going to put it up the ladder that I don't want GMOs. And then what happened was they all gave me headquarters numbers, and I phoned all their headquarters and told them I don't want to eat GMO. Then I put it on Facebook. I suggested to other people, I'm one person, but let's just say that 100 people walked into that store and said, "I don't want to eat GMO corn." We could draw a line in the sand, and the warning would go out, "We don't want GMO." Like, we can't stop the laws from being the way they are. We have protesters protesting in the street. They're saying, "We don't want GMO," but the government ignores them because they know that those guys are not going to vote for them anyway, so they're numb to them. But we can affect policy by going to the stores. the stores, they're consumer based. Walmart's come to Canada, they're selling vegetables and food, and so all the stores are very aware of that, and there's a lot of competition going on, and they're very sensitive to losing customers. If people went into the stores and said, we don't want GMO in our food, the message is going to come across. And then at the other side of the coin, I went to the farmers, and I went to the farm markets, you know, the little stands at the side of the road. I went to about 7 of them, and I asked them, is this GMO corn? And they said, no. I said, because I don't want to eat GMO corn. And so I was giving a warning to all the farmers that people out there don't want GMO. And so if 100 people, 1,000 people, and what I'm hoping to do is that my little message here will resonate across the country, and that people all across the country, in all the stores, all the cities, go to the stores and just tell them, I don't want GMO. You know, we wouldn't end up having GMO in the store. And what would that do? It would cut back on Monsanto. And Monsanto would be harmed, and their stock prices eventually will start falling. And then when they start falling, all the greedy guys that have bought into Monsanto stock they'll flee them like rats from a ship, and the stock will start falling. Monsanto will be a shadow of what it is. That's the way I see it, and that's the way I hope that we can do it. Let's forget about the law, because we're not going to change the law. Let's work on the policy, because we have the power. We have a lot of consumer power, and we can go in and we can tell the people, the stores, we don't want GMO, and they'll listen, because they'll want us to come back, because we're their lifeblood. They need us.